So I've been like aggressively pairing things on round one, and I also like assassins right now. God damn it! Am I actually about to lock this? I mean, honestly, like a pair in general is kind of above average state for the second pack to get you to, right? Right? We can we can lock for this. Locking Bloodseeker. Dude, Bloodseeker actually with like the new primordial meta, this might actually just be unplayable garbage. Every time I queue into a primordial, I'm gonna auto lose. Tranquil boots, nice. I'd rather gamble for a quap. Odds of even seeing quap on round two are really low. Like at level two, we've got what? Yeah, 30% across every tier two unit. I do agree that locking for a second Bloodseeker is not a great lock. Maybe the primordial meta, early game meta, just makes like Bloodseeker unplayable garbage. Because if he gets disarmed, he's just dead. He's useless if he gets disarmed. So like I have to imagine at high levels. I'm not sure whether 4 primordials are good or how good it is, but like at the very least, in the early game, primordials are something that you can just kind of jam up, level up aggressively. They're gonna do very well, and they're gonna be very popular for the first 10 rounds. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with this. Blightstone is kind of never really terrible, but gross. Tranquil Boots is not great. It's not amazing. It's still better than like Aegis, but I'm not really happy that I have it. It kind of synergizes with Bloodseeker, sort of. I mean, a little bit. Bloodseeker has fast move speed, naturally because of Blood Rage. And Tranquil Boots increases his move speed by a percentage of his current move speed. So basically, you are multiplicatively stacking your move speed boosts. Pretty dope synergy, if I do say so myself. We got the Brawny too, but it's actually kind of useless here. Retaliate too? Early? Let's do it, dude. Let's go, bro. That's early enough. This pack is pretty dead. This is an early Retaliate too. And here we have to deal with the situation we created for ourselves. Oh boy. Bloodseeker, why? Okay, what's the best option? Is it like this? It's something like this. It's really bad. Our best option is really, really bad. I don't know, dude. Batrider with a Blightstone seems good. Got Retaliate dishing out mad damage. Let's have a look at this DPS. Seems legit. Not even close. And honestly, because I have Retaliate, I'm really dependent on warriors. So I will actually keep this axe over the warlock. I need this warrior triple online. Because this is where Retaliate shines. You get the 2-star Retaliate early, and you get the third warrior. The third warrior is really important. That 10 armor goes to town. Also, presumably we would have something better at tanking than a Tranquil Boots, but you know, whatever. Sure. Any third warrior, I don't give a shit. I'm good with anything. Okay, here we are, guys. This is it. The dream matchup. So suddenly, and now this is weird. Do we just want to like tank evenly? Because I want everything to be attacking the Slardar, but then he dies too fast, right? I think I want to do like a split tank of 2. I think a split tank of 2 just makes the most sense here. We can have Tusk walk forward a step. So we've got 2 attackers on Slardar, and the Tranquil Boots will just like, these 2 targets will die and Slardar will live. So more things will just attack him later, right? And I think this is ideal. He wants, I think 2 attackers on him would make the, holy shit. Ah, that feels good. Venom for Beast? Venom could be better than Batrider. I mean, 10% damage on Savjz is basically ass. It does very little at this stage in the game, but it's okay. Could be worth it over this Batrider. It's about the same. We're going to level up here either way, though, so I think I'll probably run both. Could run, like, Witch Doctor as well. This could be fine. We are going to level up here no matter what. There we go. That's more like it. Seems good. I guess Blightstone just has to be better on Bounty Hunter. Blightstone on Venom is cute because it increases his mana gain. Blightstone will increase Venomancer's mana gain by like 14% just because it's a 1-star Venom. If it's a 2-star Venom, it doesn't increase his mana gain, but this little 1-star Venom gets just a little bit more mana, which is cute. But it's just better on the higher DPS Bounty Hunter in this case. Oh, we're good. This was a pretty close one, but we can get the Batrider and the Drow paired. We just want to pair as many units as possible. We're getting pretty carried by this early Retaliate. I'm not gonna lie. Sweet. Not sure the best things to sell there, but I think my board is already kind of good to the point where as much as interest is like a little bit less value now, playing for pairs just matters less. Not sure the best things to sell there. There's a few options. I'm going to be in 3 Warriors for a while, so I think keeping the Tusks is important. And I might want to go Assassins, maybe? So, I don't know. Keeping the Bloodseekers seems... Honestly, I'm rationalizing. I should not have kept the Bloodseekers. They're fucking Bloodseekers. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have this problem. I just try to force ass in every single game. I think I need to stop. It's not healthy. I mean, Bloodseeker is literally like a non-unit, right? It's like worse than ever. It's just terrible. Why would I do this? Chef Batrider like in back, right? I'm really digging this Retaliate 2-star. To be honest, though, the stars did align. We got like a Slardar and the 3 Warriors early. 3 Warriors are easy to force, but sometimes you just don't find a Slardar. So we got a little lucky. I'm kind of digging this Retaliate though. Here, let me turn the light on. It's a little dark in this room. How's that? It's actually too bright now. Yeah, I think it's burning my skin. I gotta turn it back off. That's better. Okay, we got knocked down here. I think that's fine. I mean, 2 Slardars, right? More Slardar, more fun. I do want them to be more spread out, I think. Dude, look at this. Holy shit. We are chunking away, boys. Dude. Okay, Retaliate's actually good. I take it all back. Retaliate's still good. It's It's still so good. I thought it would be a lot worse now. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. If we can like upgrade it, I feel good. I wouldn't mind like an early Slark is cute. There's a Quap. There's a Sand King. Oh yeah, come to me. Dude, how could I possibly hit this interest point? I think I do this. Oops. Okay, something went wrong with my math there. Okay, I shouldn't have sold that Bowetta so soon. That's fine. I think we have to go Assassins now. We really do have to. So the question is... Does the Assassin frontline change because we have Retaliate? I think it might. Can we go like Warrior frontline? It's not that bad. Is Savjz still in the game? Yeah. He said he's playing on his iPad from the couch. He's got some brawny boys. Smuggler. Won't say no to a smuggler. Early Quap feels good. The nuts would be a Slark. Just a single Slark, I'd be very happy. I'm not very happy. That's fine. So unfortunately, I think it has to be correct to jam an Assassin instead of another Slark here. Is that even true? It has to be correct to do this. Doesn't it? God, but Slarter's so good. It can't not be correct to do this, unfortunately. So right now we have Blightstone on Queen of Pain. It's kind of interesting. So Blightstone is a 14% DPS increase to all units attacking the target, which of course will always apply to the carrier. 14% DPS increase if under the mana cap threshold per attack will increase mana gain by 14% as well. And Quap is under that threshold. That threshold is 75 damage after all reductions. I think I have a video on my YouTube channel about how mana gain works. You can see it with like exclamation mark guides if you want to like look at that. But basically, how it works is it caps at 75 after all reductions. So if it's like a Queen of Pain level 2, then more damage won't increase mana gain, and at that point only attack speed will increase mana gain. But Queen of Pain level 1, because it's not dealing enough damage, will increase its mana gain per hit by about 14%, which is just the DPS modifier of Blightstone. 14 is an estimation based on how much armor the starting unit has. Oh, yeah. I can't do anything here, right? I don't know. I feel like I can't be in Warriors right now, can I? How could I? I have double Quap. My Assassins are doing pretty well. I have 4 of them. This Quap's going off again. Sand King is just generally good. We're losing to this guy, but... do we have another burrow? Yo. Okay, we don't. We're good, though. Well, our streak is up. We have 6 total Assassins. I could run 6. Okay, we're just nutting, right? I mean, we can't lose another fight if we level 3 times, right? We have guaranteed wins. I think we kind of already have guaranteed wins, don't we? I should have sold Bloodseeker there. Or, I guess Tusk. It's kind of all the same. I don't know. Level 2 Slardar early with this. Let's meander over to these DPS charts. Let's just have a look. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Did it Retaliate? I don't know what it is about it. It's just one of my favorite items in the game. I think it's just because I'm a hipster and people were underrating it like crazy at first. It's really good. So I don't think... I'm not on a streak worth protecting right now, right? Doesn't Viper just suck? Viper didn't get any better, right?
I don't think they're ready for this.
So I'm not sure who should best carry the Blightstone here. Viper 3 was mega buffed. Yeah, but then you have to run Viper 3. I think Viper is like, it's kind of harder to fit in than before though, right? Like you don't have a flex slot anymore. It doesn't really matter how buffed it is if its competition is buffed even more. Like if I'm on 6 assassins, obviously, you know, Queen of Pain, Morphling, Phantom Assassin, TA, you know, these are all like auto include now, right? So it feels kind of impossible to fit in Viper because Viper was before like a flex slot shared with like Morphling, and I think Morphling just kind of wins in that exchange now, right? No. So this is round 15, which is a little spooky. I'm actually just gonna do a respect level here. Wait a second. Oops. Something went wrong. My positioning is a bit off. Maybe I shouldn't have sold that Bloodseeker. Because I did actually need like 6 assassins if I wanted to do the like level to try to win this guaranteed. I don't know, dude. Wolves are spooky. Even if your board is good, you can just sometimes lose. I was supposed to sell like the Bounty and the Bloodseeker. I got them like swapped. That's fine though. This is the level I want to be at now anyway. Oh, this is really, really funny. This is really, truly hilarious. It's also super wrong. Sorry, boys. I know we're all really excited for Vicious Intent to be good. I can feel your excitement. You know, it's palpable. It's not that good. It's okay. I know we're all excited about Vicious Intent. So here's the problem with Vicious Intent. So it kind of blows. I guess that's not really the issue with it. The problem with Vicious Intent is like it makes your opponent's lives miserable, but it doesn't really make your life great, right? It's kind of like a troll move. You know? It's like if you kind of see winning in this 8-handed game as a zero-sum game, it kind of makes sense. The reason people think Vicious Intent is good is because people hit an opponent, right? Morphling over something? Morphling 1 over something feels bad. Like, you'll hit an opponent that will ass blast you out of the universe with Vicious Intent, right? And you'll be like, oh, it's so good, I have to build it now. But, I mean, in reality, it's just kind of something that your opponent will have a better time with than you will. I should explain this in a better way. It's like, it makes your board weaker, and it makes the boards that you queue into weaker as well. And there are certain spots where it makes some sense. I think it will do more for like a summon build than an assassin build. But assassin builds do have some kind of synergy with vicious intent as well. But ultimately, over an actual spot like a relic, I don't think I can justify it. If it was weaker, I definitely could see about picking it because it's not useless, but it's just it doesn't actually do as much as it feels like it does when people use it against you. I don't know. That's my take. Maybe I'm evaluating it wrong or something. Can I go tiny? I think I could, right? I can do like a warrior frontline. The thing is, warrior frontline kind of requires me to actually be level 9. And I kind of don't ever want to be level 9 here, I think. Wow, this guy absolutely eviscerated me. What the heck? Why did everyone just hard curve into assassins anyway? You can only econ pressure 1 out of 7 of your opponents at a time. Seems questionable. Right. It's kind of like so when you have a game that has a lot of like opponents, so think of a game like I guess a good way to explain this is like if you think of like Settlers of Catan or something like that, where the objective is basically, you know, you have X amount of opponents. Let's say you're 6-handed. So you have 5 opponents. When you make a symmetrical trade that helps someone else and it helps you, then it's a good thing for you, right? Because you're helping yourself and you're only helping 1/5 of your opponents, right? Vicious intent is the converse of that. Like, it hurts you for hurting your opponents, which isn't really what you want, but when you're against it, it sure feels like OP as shit, right? It's like, it feels like it's super, super good, because like you'll kind of like be exiting the game because someone picked it, but in reality, as the one playing it, you're not really doing yourself a service. Why aren't you rolling? I'm a little too close to 21. I could be rolling a bit more aggressively here. I don't want to roll on 19 because my streak isn't open, and I want to make sure I'm hitting 8 on 21 most aggressively. That being said, I could have rolled a bit earlier. I could have rolled more aggressively at like 17 or 18. We're on outs. It was probably worthwhile to roll a bit. The thing I like doing, it's really important to hit 8 on 21, right? So what I kind of like doing is like rolling a bit on like 17 and 18 when I'm at like 50 gold, while making sure I kind of save up at 19 if I'm not already on a streak and I'm not too close to stuff, so that I have enough money to go on my my higher tier rolls. Level 8 increases your odds of getting tier 4 by a pretty decent chunk. Okay, and we just got... Okay. I'm going to have to position assassins to try to focus down Potato. Potato is actually really, really scary. So what you want to do with assassins is you want to position them like on the left side near the front, basically, on that fight. I'm going to have to start doing that. Maelstrom's solid. Now that it's a tier 3, this item is actually like an unironic thing all of a sudden. It used to be kind of like this laughing stock at tier 4. It was okay, but it wasn't very good. But now suddenly it's tier 3 and it's like, okay, wow. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't like so bad that it may be like, I mean, I don't know if it was good to like bump it in that way, because it's a really big buff that it got slapped with there. I'm not sure what to do here. This is a bit of a weird one. We obviously don't want to be on 7 assassins right now. If we get like 2 Slarks. If we get 2 Slarks completed, it could actually be worth being on 7 assassins. I mean, I can do some weird thing with Solo Tank and Slardar. Typically, I think the best way to play this right now is like the 2 Druid frontline. It's like, it feels really good, but when we have Retaliate, we don't really have early Druids. I think it's fine to do this instead. These are 2 pretty big outs. I think we can chill for a bit. As close as we are to some other outs, our board strength should be good enough to carry us right now. And we want to like regain our economy a little bit. We're not ready to roll all the way down yet. Slark is going to be an improvement here. We'd have to resell something we'd rather not, right? Yeah, there's no way to get this Slark without hurting this interest point. I think we'll buy it afterwards, would make the most sense. Because ideally we would have Slark in instead of like our 1-star PA or something like that. But right now, there's no way to do that. Even if we win, we'll be 1 interest point short. I think that with the Quap and the Bounty Hunter upgrade, I feel very comfortable kind of greeting this interest point and doing this instead. We'll see though. It's not like unpunishable, of course. So I made my board stronger, and now we can just run this over, I guess, the level 1 PA. Is PA better than TA now? At level 2 it might be. God damn it. I do want a 3rd elusive. How can we have a 3rd elusive that's a decent tank without going druids? Is there anything? With Slardar. Is there like some standalone elusive that isn't ass? PA2? Yeah, I mean PA2, I think. But PA1? That doesn't sound right. So I think we'll do this now. You'll notice something kind of weird about my Slark positioning. It's important your Slarks aren't in the backline. If they're in the backline, they might jump the same target. They jump farthest unit away, but if they're in the backline, there's too many units that are tying for farthest unit away. I want to reduce as much as possible the odds of them jumping the farthest unit away from them, which means they want to be on the side in the middle. Basically in one of these 2 squares and in one of these 2 squares. If they're backlined, they have too many ties for farthest unit away, and if they're frontlined, they run the risk of not jumping at all. So it's like, it's really weird when you're doubling up on Slarks, but these are like the positions you want. I guess like I could have 1 in the front and 1 in the back to reduce the odds. No, I think that increases the odds actually. Yeah, it should be more like this. We want the Blightstone on this guy, the Queen of Pain. Now that I'm in PA level 2, literally got double the crit chance. It's so flimsy though. Let's do some math. And you guys are all screaming to put the relic on the PA. Let's actually math this out. It could be 20% chance of a 450% crit strike. That's a pretty good DPS increaser across the board. So it's like every 5 attacks, you get an extra 3 attacks. Something like that. It's a little bit less than 3.5. So it's 5 attacks, you get an extra 3 attacks. But, I mean, that's pretty comparable to what the Demon Pure Damage does. And PA feels a lot more vulnerable to dying early, I think, as well. It's got to be better on Quap. For sure. So like think about it like that. It's like every 3 attacks you get an extra, or sorry, every 5 attacks you get an extra 3 attacks, but that's like pretty comparable to Demon bonus. Now, Sacred Relic isn't increasing mana gain on either of them, because Quap is already maxed out on mana gain, and PA doesn't have mana, right? But on the other hand, the most important thing to consider, there's 2 things, which is Quap I think is probably more survivable because she doesn't jump in. And B, which is really important, is that in theory, this does increase your DPS by quite a bit. The problem is the way it actually ends up working, usually when you're critting, you're overkilling. Because this crit is rare but extremely powerful, at 450%, you're going to be overkilling a lot of things. And whenever that happens, the Sacred Relic damage is actually not doing anything, right? So I think it's just got to be better on Queen of Pain. Although it is a little bit close. If it's like a 3 stars, you know, you just want items on 3 stars in general. But this is fine. Crits don't miss. Oh yeah. I mean, I just like literally just steamroll these. I honestly do like that every round has their own identity. I love the creep round change. I want to go out there and say that. Like the fact that each round has their own identity is a really good thing. Now, I will say, they might need to make a couple of them weaker, because a couple of them are like kind of ludicrously powerful. Something like this is probably fun. A couple of the creep rounds feel just like absurdly powerful, right? We go to 9. I think I'd rather just like roll down aggressively, right? There's other people on assassins. This is weird. I have no choice but to roll. I'm stuck on assassins and I need to like contest people for the same units. My roll value is so low. Like this guy's got 2 Slarks. No, but none of the other 2 assassin guys are like about to die though. Well, I guess there's only one because the other one is already dead. So I'm like rolling for the dead player's assassins before the alive player gets them. I mean, at the end of our day, our win condition is 3 stars. We can't really be thinking about going up a level here. And Slardar is kind of joining the ranks. 2 more Slardars being picked up substantially increases my ability to complete into good stuff. Honestly, Tidehunter, you know what? Tidehunter frontline just makes sense here. I can dig it. It's like, it's kind of bad in most situations. The new Tidehunter does kind of blow, but if there's ever a spot to run this, isn't it just here? We're not completing warriors would be the one thing. And when it gets 2-starred, it's still decent. It gives assassins what they need. You know, it's synergized with Retaliate, which is solid. This Retaliate's literally like half of old Retaliate though. Old Retaliate was 80 damage. God damn. But it's like, you know, it's still a 2-star, it's still a 2-cell Ravage. It still gives assassins what they need, which is like stuns. I think really important. I say this a lot, you know, it's, some of you find it fairly obvious, but I think it's important to understand, which is that you want to combine offense and defense. This is like the most important thing. Offense, I don't even like saying defense. What I mean by defense is like slow down. You want to be accelerating your strategy while you're also decelerating your opponent's strategy, right? That's maybe a better way of thinking about it. What if we just don't build TA here? Is that insane? Doesn't TA kind of blow? And we've got like the 3-star bounty hunter stealing her slot. What if we just do this? Because suddenly I want this tiny, right? This is so weird. Because normally TA is like completing elusive with PA +1, but we're not doing elusive here. We have a bounty hunter 3 stealing her slot. And I think I'd rather have the bounty 3. Bounty hunter 3 is not a great 3-star, but it's still a 3-star, right? Anyway, what I was saying about like offense and defense is like a lot of people will go assassins and they'll like salivate over the idea of like undead plus assassins because they're like, oh, assassins is like plus damage and undead multiplies damage and they'll multiply together and I'll one-shot everything. And like, I mean, not really. That's true, but you're gonna gain more value out of like multiplying damage with health, right? You know, getting some survivability in the mix. We're not on a streak, our health is good. We can econ a little more greedily here, right? Let's check the other assassin's player. The other assassin guy, he's holding on to 6 Slarks and he's at 18. He's actually kind of dying. If we can wait until he dies, we're gonna be in a good situation. We can put Morphling like up in the front as well. You do want these to just get kind of gone on very quickly. So when you have offense, you want to combine it with defense, and defense just means like it can be anything. It can be like evasion, it can be armor, but it can also be like stuns or silences, right? Because these just like, you know, stop your opponent from doing offensive things, disarms, anything. Basically, like any AoE thing, unless it's doing damage like Techies or Enigma, is defensive, right? So the idea of like Ravage, big AoE stun just gives my assassins time to actually kill things they need to kill, right? Which is probably the most important thing. We're not obviously buying more Tidehunters. So just keep that in mind. That's like part of the reason why Tidehunter makes a lot of sense here. We're just, you know, combining, we're getting our AoE stun up, and of course we've got Retaliate, which is definitely a bit of an incentive. Although, maybe at 45 damage a second. At this point in the game, maybe that's a little too silly. So look at these boards. This guy's more left skewed. Got a lot of opponents on the left side, so Tidehunter wants to be like more centralized on his 2 cells to be over here, I think. New Sand King is kind of crazy. I was thinking like when I'm level 9, I could put in a 3rd warrior, maybe like Tiny, complete the primordial pair and just like give warrior armor to these. And as much as I like the idea of that, maybe it's better just to have like a second level 2 Sand King. I don't know, dude. Sand King is crazy. And this is part of the reason why it's so good. Like, you know, the AoE stun just does so well with what assassins need, right? Dude, I don't know. Is Sand King just so good I have to run 2 Sand Kings? I do like how well assassins do against creep rounds. Like this creep round is another creep round they just punch. And even the dark troll guys, their like DPS is ranged in their back and very vulnerable to just being jumped on, right? Oh, it's just Vanguard, right? There's actually a world where we run Medusa for 4 Nagas. Because we're probably going to get her. We have, like, high access to her. I think Pipe is good as well. I don't know. It's funny to think about, like, Scotty on the 4th Naga Medusa, but 4 Nagas doesn't really do that much. So, the guy hoarding all my stuff is still in the game and at fairly low resources here. I don't know. Pipe might be trolly. I want to slow the game down. What was it? It was Pipe, Scotty, or what's the third one in that pack? Vanguard. Vanguard's really good too. It might just be trolly to not go Vanguard there. I think Vanguard's probably better than Pipe, especially because we have the Naga pair already. I don't know why I just picked Pipe over Vanguard. That had to have been dumb, right? Especially like a 3-star Slaughter with like a half baby Retaliate. Feels pretty good with the Vanguard. Pipe is supposed to be a better item than Vanguard. It's actually close. Pipe is a little nutty. Can't go something like Lich though, right? So this guy on his 3 assassins is still just like, he's still chilling. I kind of hate that this guy is alive right now. Let's spend our time actually just trying to fix our board here. Most important thing is our 2 Slarks are just like spread out. Like we want our Bounty and PA to go on the same unit, so they're both back here together, but we want our Slarks to go on different units. So we have this like weird pattern where we want this. We want our Co-op to not get gone on, but not jump either, and we want our Morphling and Sand King to get gone on. So like we have 4 different assassin positionings based on 4 different like kinds of logics for those positionings that we want. This is like, it feels so much better. It feels like I actually have reasons to put things in different places, right? Okay, so this guy's starting to come online. I don't know, maybe it was a mistake not to roll before him. There's kind of 2 considerations, which is like roll before him and try to beat him to the stuff, which is like kind of cute, but in reality easily could just backfire. Jesus. I don't know, maybe we should have done this before. I mean, we could have had like 7 or 8 Sand Kings by now. We're gonna have to roll it down basically immediately. I don't know, it feels so bad to be rolling. Well, this guy has all of our outs, and we're not really close to stuff either. We're like 2 Slaughters away, 4 Quaps away, 3 Slarks away. We're just getting ass blasted by this PA. Like, that's not even close. So as we can see here, you know, all things as they should be. The 2 assassin players are like almost heads up at this point. I think we're about to be heads up. Assassins is really just bonkers as a strategy, guys. The time of the assassins is now. Long have we awaited. I don't know. I guess I'm going for like a Sand King upgrade, which feels really dumb to be doing, but Jesus. I don't even know how to position better here. Seems like about the best as we can do. There's no way this guy lost to us, right? There's no way he doesn't repel. Yeah, he repelled. So we got the weakest board, but the best economy here. It's not impossible we could get through. This guy's kind of stabilized. But that's fine. We're still at like 21, and we're getting like the double interest creep round. The way to think about this like round 25 is like it's basically, or sorry, like 35 and 30. You might have seen like streamers and other players play around creep rounds for interest, and basically it's like 34 is like double interest because we get to just play for economy for 2 rounds, right? Moonshard on Slark or PA. Maybe survivability is really important, and batting has a lot more survivability in both of those. Get to the 10 and reroll. I don't think we can get to 10 here. It's a really difficult situation. Our roll value is like completely shredded right now because there's someone else on our build and we can't get them off of our builds. And we're like deep into the game and he's collected a lot of what he wants to actually go. So it feels like we can't really play for like really high roll value here. But again, Assassins are a build that's like built around the idea of high roll value. So I don't think we can really escape this either. So we're kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. It's round 36. I guess this is a good time for expanded roster. I don't know, whatever. Building Sand King 3 stars. Dude, this is too much gold. We can't go 3-star Sand King, right? I don't think it's even good. Is it? It's way too much gold. It has to just be a giant troll. And we're just like, we're so far off PA right now, right? I think we're too far off basically everything. We're pretty close to getting out. We've got roll downs for like Sand King upgrade, Quap upgrade, and maybe a Slark upgrade. They've got Sand King 3. I mean, the problem is like, I think there's very few things we can actually do right now. Is this actually 21? This guy's got 3 stars here. Holy shit. It's not even close. 26 damage. Dude, that Lone Druid 3-star, the amount of extra damage that deals is really scary. That Battle Fury? Yeah, can we see how much damage that dealt? This Battle Fury is just this tiny orange thing. I mean, it's tiny on like 9k, so this is still like 800 damage or something like that. Yeah, it's like something like that. So, I think we probably just want to spend our gold faster there. Because we're kind of in a race to him to be taking the same units out of the pool. There's kind of 2 ways to play it, and it comes down to how much of a threat he is, right? Like, we can wait to see if he gets eliminated at 18, and then if he does, our roll value goes up a ton. But if he doesn't get eliminated, our roll value goes down every single turn, because every single turn he's rolling and pulling pieces out of the pool, right? So it's like we chose to wait, and he ended up like collecting what he wanted. He upgraded the PA, and other opponents didn't knock him out, so he just ended up winning. It's possible other opponents were weak and Assassins are so powerful that we needed to be rolling earlier. I mean, we're not close to anything at all, right? It's a pretty close decision at the time. Play Starter 3. To counter PA. We could have put like 1 unit in the back. The problem is, of course, is that, you know, we're 50-50 against both opponents, right?